Today we review what you did last year with common and natural logs. I'm also going to review a little bit of vocabulary just to make sure you know what different problems are going to be asking of you. So we know that logs are just exponents. So if we take 3 to the 4th equals 81 and change it to logarithmic form, we need to have that the log of something equals 4, since 4 is the exponent here. And a term we haven't really used is antilog, and that's just the argument. And we're really going to use argument, but in this case, 81 would be the antilog or the argument. Now, the book does a bunch of problems where they give you something like that, and they say, what is the antilog? And all you're doing is looking at it and writing the 81 down, and that's kind of a waste of effort writing it down. It's so obvious. So those problems have been replaced on your problem sets. But I wanted you to at least have seen the word antilog. You may come across it occasionally in some other context. So at least now you've seen it. Power means we take some base raised to an exponent, and you're going to have a number of problems that say write this number as a power with a base of. And so this is what they're talking about. Now I'm wondering, who remembers from last year? What is a common log? It has to do with what the base is. If there's a certain base, then it's a common log. Jack? Perfect. A common log is just when the base is 10. And it's so common that we can not even write it, and everybody knows that it's a 10. So we can write log base 10 of 100 is 2, or we can leave out that base and just say log 100 is 2. And we all know that means the common log base 10. Anybody remember natural log, what its base is? It's E, and E is another one of those special numbers, kind of like pi. It has a whole bunch of digits in it, and E is a little bit less than 3, pi is a little bit more than 3. We're not going to worry about memorizing it. If we need it, we're going to use the button on the calculator, E2, whatever power we want it to be, and just plug it in right there. Now our notation for natural log, I'm going to give you my speech on it here. It is LN. It is lowercase l and then a lowercase n. It is, that stands for log natural. It is not 1n. It is not uppercase L with an N. It is not uppercase L and uppercase N. I usually write mine with a cursive L and then the N, because with my handwriting, it's easier for me to tell that that's a lowercase L and not a 1. But I don't want to see any papers with uppercase L, or it is also not I-N. So everybody clear with what that stands for? So right from the get-go, we can write that correctly when we are doing those. Now this one, since the base is E, that's the same as log base E of E squared. And we know log base B of B goes away, log base 5 of 5, log base E of E goes away. That's why they're saying that the natural log of E squared is just 2. So everybody good with that? Okay, let's do our very few examples here, starting with some calculator practice. So if we want log of 2.4, remember on your calculators, if you look right here beside the 1, where you've got the e to the x and the 10 to the x buttons, up above that we have ln and we have log, so it's a control. So what we are going to do with that is to use the control button. And then if we want log, it'll look like that. Now I have to be a little bit careful when I'm doing common logs on the Inspire. Notice my cursor's automatically in the spot for a base. But if I'm trying to enter log 2.4 and I just go ahead and hit the 2.4, it thinks it's the base. So what I have to do is I either have to actually type in a 10 or hit my cursor and go to the main box and then put in the 2.4. And who's done that already? So Kane, what did you get? Anybody else getting 0.380? And so we would simply write down that this is 0.380. Okay, you guys do the same thing with the natural log for the next one, but this time you don't have to worry about that little box for the base. You just do ln and then automatically type in the 2.4. Raise your hand when you have that for me. Olivia, what do you have? Excellent, 0.875. Does that work for everybody, Anna? Now you do the special button, control, and then this to get that ln that's right there. Everybody else good with that for your calculator? Big part of this is making sure we've got the settings right and we know how to type it in on the calculator. Okay, then, now here are those I was referring to. Sometimes it's going to say to write something as a power with a certain base. This is saying write 24 equals 10 to the something. Everybody clear? That's what the question is. So to do that, you would write down on your papers 24 equals 10, and I'd probably do an X instead of a question mark. I want to solve for the X that is an exponent, and so I do that by taking the log of both sides. And I'll think about the base here in a moment. I want to get just the X, so I'd like that 10 to go away. So if I take log base 10 of both sides, log 10, 10 will cancel, and I will just have that exponent. So I'm going to take the common log of both sides. So X is log 24. So I need you to type that in on your calculators, because now we have X equals log 24. And raise your hand when you've typed that one in on your calculator. Dylan? Anybody else 1.380? Okay, what I've written on my paper now says what the exponent is. The problem said to write 24 as a power, and all I've done is write down what the exponent is. So to finish the problem, I need to say 24 is 10 to the 1.380. Anybody with a question there? Okay, next one. Same thing, except now we want a base of E. So 24, we need to write as E to something, and so I'll do an X instead of a question mark. So since I'm trying to solve for something that's in the exponent, I need to take the log of both sides because logs and exponentials cancel out. So I need to take the right kind of log. If I take log base 10 of E, that's not going to cancel, is it? So I need log base E of E, which is the natural log of both sides. And that's what you are typing in your calculators right now, using that ln button. And raise your hands when you have that one. Okay. 3.178, give me thumbs up, thumbs down, the rest of you, is that what you're getting? Okay, that's what the exponent is. The problem says write 24 as a power with a base of E, so I need to say 24 is E to the 3.178. And there's my answer. And one more. You guys do this one completely on your own. Same directions as what we just had. Most of you have stopped writing. What kind of log do you take on both sides? So what kind of log are you taking here, Macy? So we're taking the natural log on both sides. So x is natural log of 32,000. And I want to know what you came up with, Luke. Which means we write 32,000 as a power with a base of e, it will look like this. So questions from anybody on that?